Hello and welcome to the channel. So check out this beast, and some of you in the States may have already looked at this and realised what it is. This is the power amp section for an Ampeg SVT blue line, a bass amp, and this thing is colossal. We've had this upstairs a few months now. It's one of the big restorations coming up, and I just wanted to get a quick assessment video out of this, so just have a look at it. This has been stood for a number of years. The customer has done some work to the preamp board, changed a few components and bits and bobs, so he's done a fair bit of work to that. We'll have a look at that in a minute. So we're just kind of looking at this amp. We've got all the tubes for it and we've got everything for it, but we have got to go through this amp right through it and just check everything. So you can see we've got these beastly transformers, and I've just carried this down 2 flights of stairs, and this thing probably weighs £50, 50 to £60, and when I've done this assessment I should be carrying it up 2 flights of stairs, and probably weighs at least £60 actually, and it wouldn't be the first time I've carried it up there, so got some rack hard. I wish. So yes, we've got these capacitors here which we need to look at. Obviously they've had it, and you can see that they've definitely had it. That one's got some kind of scurvy or something, I don't know. It's got something. This one as well here, if you can just tilt that, you can see there's gumption coming out of that.
Gumption, 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 gumption.
So that's not looking very good, and you can obviously, the others will be long gone. There, so those will need to be changed, and we've also got some can caps there which we need to look at, so we'll turn it back over. One there, we'll turn it back over in a minute and have a look at those. So you can see we've got the PC board there going on, and this amp it just wants you know, a recap and certain things sorting out on it. There's a socket at the back here, looks very corroded, so we just move it back a bit. Let's just go in with the camera. Actually, this amp weighs so much that I can just maneuver it easily on my mat. So yeah, the amp stays stagnantly still on the mat, but the mat moves up and down like silk, so that's actually making it very easy to look at this amp. So you can see we've got a badly corroded socket here on there. Stu got some wires loose here, just got to find out where they go. Find that on the schematic, that's easy enough. No screen resistors on the output tubes at all. There, or is there? What are those? That is 47K, so they've got to be grid stoppers, surely. And in the case of that, that means they will be on pin 5, and they are on pin 5. Here's pin 4. And, if we look, there's pin 4. So no, let's follow the wire, unless there's some on here, but they really shouldn't be on there. They need to be on the tube sockets. So it's like these tube sockets have been replaced. So, but yeah, we need to get some screen resistors on there. So we'll sort that out as well. Just get that back in. So let's look at this. Let's look at this. So this is the filaments here. So this needs, and that goes to the tubes there. So power cable has been cut off, so we need a new power cable. a bit of corrosion. There's an AC outlet on the back here. If we just go back, you can just see that. Oops, you can see that there. On there, an AC outlet. We'll probably disconnect that, I think. Look at the thickness of these cables. Whew. That's some beefy transformer, that is, my word. Got an absolutely humongous resistor here. Now, any of you guys watching from the States, you've probably serviced umpteen of these. I have to tell you, this is as rare as a rocking horse poo in this country. In the UK, I never see amps like this. Very, very rare. So yeah, that's 8,200 ohms. We're not quite sure what that's doing, but we have got the schematics and everything. The customers compiled a lot of details for this amp, and I've got that all in a folder, and very useful. So that saved me a lot of time as well. It's all printed out, and yeah, so that's good as well. So full recap on here we're going to need. Let's just go back with the camera now a bit. There we go. Get it all in shot. It's a bit. There we go. Now it's all in shot. It's a bit of a beast. So we're going to fully recap this amp, but we've got to come up with ways of securing these capacitors here. These look like 2-in-1s there on those. We're going to have a look at those. Those will be shot as well. These will be really, really tired. Well, that one's had it, obviously. So we can just write all of those off and say they're done. Yeah, quite looking forward to this one. As long as all the transformers check out okay. Let's just check these filament windings, shall we? Can you see the meter there? Let's just stand it up on there. Let's check them. Yeah, that's looking okay. What is that? So if we look here, and everything is really well labelled on this PC board. It's just so easy when you're working on this, because you'd be tipping it upside down and looking what components, but it's marked the diodes out here, and that's really, really good. Makes it very easy to work on. So we can see these two wires coming out from the transformer here, going to these 4 diodes, which can't quite see how they're wired for the minute, but there'll either be 2 diodes on each side of the windings in series, or it'll be a bridge if it's got no center tap. But if we can test those, because they are the secondaries. Just go in again with the probably struggling to see this now as I've zoomed in on that. Let's just yeah, that looks good. Looking good. Got some more wires here. That might be the bias winding, because that's going to diodes, but then so is that one there. Might have to remake those cables as well. Just a bit, looking a bit corroded on there, but then it's an old amp, so it will be. Try that winding. Yeah, that looks okay. Try this one. Not quite sure, but we'll try it. Yeah, that looks good. Got 2 more coming out here going on to that. Not sure what they are. Again, without looking at the schematic. Oh, that's the primary in. Duh. It's the primary of the power transformer. Let's see what we've got there. I think, hang on, am I on the right wires? There and there. That seems okay. Right, let's have a look. It's looking okay. Let's look at the output transformer. Right, so I've got the output transformer over here. Wondering if this is ultra linear, you know, because a lot of wires coming out of this for an output transformer. Obviously, one side's the speakers. Where's that going? That yellow wire, is that? Let's scroll, just zoom out. Just move that for a minute. So we've got this wire here going to those diodes there. On the power, so that's the center tap. Pin 5, pin 4, well that's pin 3. 32 ohms. Yeah, you can just see that. 32 ohms. So let's go on to this side. 5, 4, 3. Let's try that again. Yep. So that seems to check out. We've got quite a few wires. I think I'll look on the schematic to make sure I've got all of that right. But so far, all the transformers are looking pretty good. On this is not going to be a particularly long video because it's just an assessment and we're not going to power this amp up. There's no power cable on it. We've got bits that, you know, there's just no way that's going to happen. Right, let's turn this over and have a look at the can caps. Right, we've got a box full of goodies that's come with this amp as well. So we've got 6 550s there, and we've got 6 of those. And check these out. So we've got these capacitors that the customers also sent. 70, 40 and 40. 70, 40 and 40. So I can't really, you can't see those, can you? Yeah, let me just, there we go. So we've got those as well. And then we've got some more capacitors he sent here. We've also got the proper mountings for these as well, which is excellent. And then we've got 100 microfarad there. You can see, just pull that back there. It's because the camera's in manual focus. Another one there, and we've got some resistors, another cap as well. So we've got some good parts there. We've got some more tube sockets here. I don't think we'll need those. We've got preamp tubes. So it's all looking good in there. A box of goodies. We've also got 5 6550s. Got the original ones which the customers bought over for me to test. So we're going to test those now. And just to see if they're any good, but obviously they're not going into the amp. Beastly tubes, groove tubes, and you can see they're a little bit corroded, and I can hear Good and Nah telling me that I need one of his battery powered I can't remember what they were now. I can never remember things when I'm filming. I get so engrossed in what I'm doing, but he knows what I mean. So there's that, and we're going to clean these off. We're going to test these as well. Right, so we can see the tube tester there, so we'll plug it in first of all, and we need to get the book and find out what the 6550 has to offer us in settings. 6550, complete with burnage of soldering iron. 7E1, and test is 8. 7E1 and test is 8. Let's find one of the clean ones to start off with. So that one's not. That one's not. One of them was. That one. 7E1 and test is 8. So we'll pop him in. We'll switch on, and we'll see what we get. Oh, nothing at the minute. Oh, and the reason there's nothing is because the tube tester always works when you've plugged in the transformer that goes with it, like so. Waiting a while for that to warm up. 3 hours later. And those are looking very good, I can tell you, because as I said before, this tube tester reads at least 5% less than it should, so they are very good. That one's very good indeed. So yeah, a result. Now what I've got to do with the others is I've got to clean these pins off first. So what I'm going to do is clean these pins off, and then we're going to come back and test another one. So we've got him in there. Let's give him a swage with some juice with the test button. And he's going up. Yes, that's excellent. Excellent. So that's 2 of them that are good. Right, what's the first thing I always do and tell everyone else to do with these tubes before you plug them in? Check for the locator. The locator is missing on that one. Now some people will work out which way the pins go round, and I've done that before obviously, but I don't like tubes without locators in. So looking at that, I can still see the where it snapped clean off. You can still see where the locator was there. So I'm going to plug this in. Looking at that, I'm just going to put some bigger Eltons on to confirm that before I yes, the locator always points between pins of 1 and 8, and it does indeed. So I'm just going to take this so I can see in close that way. And I think, as I say, not as I've said before on the channel, I'm not a lover of using tubes with that missing, but let's test this anyway and see. It doesn't appear to be swaging. Oh, it does. It's coming up now. And that's looking good. Looking good. Next one. So again, we'll see what we get out of this. These are all looking good, really. It's not looking like much of a problem with these, as apart from that one. Yeah, that's a good one. So we've got one left. Up it comes. Let's see where it finishes. And he's not quite as strong as the others, is he? Getting up there though. He's there. So those capacitors, those can caps that the customers sent me, they'll be original spec to the schematic, I would imagine. And you know what a lot of amps are like, Ampeg especially. I know I've heard some of you techs say in the States, I know Gooden's said it to me a couple of times. Best of luck following the schematics that Ampeg have drawn out. So that's, I don't know whether that's true, but anyway. So there we go. So we've had a good look at that. What a beast of a thing. What a beautiful amp. I'm really looking forward to starting this. It's going to be a big project, but yeah, what a tool. We didn't check the choke actually, did we? But forgotten about that. You can see it there. That choke's bigger than some of the output transformers I see on some of the amps I work on. Some of the UK amps. Yeah, that's a real beast. Let's have a look at the preamp. Right, we should have looked at this amp last week actually, but I've got behind. I lost a very close friend last week, start of last week, and yeah, it really knocked me back a bit. So kind of, you know what it's like when you're like that, you kind of moping around and you don't end up doing as much. But yes, the big C got him, I'm afraid. He was the manager of my band in the 90s. But anyway, we'll move on. So yeah, so this is the preamp section that we've got. Ampeg, blue line. So we've got channel 1, and we've got, we just look, but let's just go in a bit closer, shall we? Swage it. Like I say, for a lot of you in the States, you've probably seen these before, but they are quite rare. In this country, it's a bit more light. So there we go. So we've got volume, treble, mid-range, bass, cut and boost on the mid-range, volume on channel 2, just a treble and a bass there. We've got the polarity switch going on there. And then we've got the input sockets here. And you can see we've got the preamp board, PC board there. Got a lot of corrosion on that tube base there. So we'll have to clean that up. Let's just go in and have a look. And if you can hear that noise, it's Pink clambering her way onto the bench at this this side. and she may appear in a moment. So if we look here, you can see this is going to need a bit of cleaning up and work, but other than that, got these switches here. That one seems, they're weird switches. Are they switches or what are they? Yeah, they're switches. So we need to look at those as well, clean those up. See those there, there's nothing on them saying what they do, so we shall find out when we plug it in, I suppose. Yeah, and you can see down there, if we look in, you can see we've got PC boards for the pots as well. We've got these here. Now, a bit of work's already been done to this preamp board here. We've had some capacitors changed. You can see we've got these orange drops here. They've also been changed. So some bits have been done already. I think the customers, as I said, the customer's done those, so that's okay. Having said that, they look original. And let's look at the soldering, so I don't know. But anyway, they're in there. We'll test them anyway, see if they're any good. And you can hear that noise. It's pink. She's appeared. She's allowed on the bench when we're sure that we're not going to be plugging anything in, and we're only assessing things. So yeah, so that's going to be a big project, sorting out this. It's going to be a big one, and I'm looking forward to that. So that will be coming up. I've got a Fender Vibrolux that I'm working on that needs to be completed, and then I've got the Sound City to finish off, and we know what a big job that is. And I've got repairs coming in between, so probably going to get onto this probably start of March, I would think. So look out for it on the channel. So there we go. So that'll do it for this one. Just a short video. I just wanted to just have a look at this and assess it. And obviously I put this out there. Some of you guys in the States that's worked on these and know a lot about them, you know, any tips, leave them in the comment. They'll be greatly appreciated, because I am not an expert on these amps by any means. This is the first one I've seen, so, and I'm sure good and you've worked on a few of them, so you know, yeah, any information I can glean on these will be super duper. So right, I'm going to go off now and feed Pink, because it's the only way I can get rid of her. When once she's on the bench, it's food time. So thanks for watching. You all take care, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye bye for now.